Sahana Bhavatu. Om Sahanau Bhunaktu. Sahavirjam Karavavahai. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Whether an object exists, is, or it doesn't exist, is not. Both existence, non-existence, presence, absence, both have to become evident to the self, to you. You cannot talk of absence, much less you can talk of presence without the object becoming evident to you. The absence has to become evident. Presence also has to become evident. That I have nothing in my hand. Hand is evident. Absence of objects, absence of a flower is evident. That I have no flower. No flower. Correct? Absence is evident. So presence is evident. Absence is evident. Okay? Presence of a flower is evident. Absence of a flower also is evident. Absence of flower in my hand, evident. Evident means you can talk about. So evident through a means of knowledge. So the evidence is to you. Your existence doesn't become evident to anything else except yourself. So my question, the Swami is there or not? Yes, is there because Swami becomes evident to you. He is evident to you. So do you have a body of this age, of this condition, of these attributes, or not? Yes. Why? Because it's evident to me. So all these are evident to you. Now my question is, do you exist or not? Are you there or not? You have to say, yes, I am. I am means I exist. How do you know? Your existence, your being. How do you know? You know, I infer I should exist. This inference, you know, did you hear that inference? Somebody said, I think, therefore I am. That is only the beginning point. At the end of the inquiry, the same person said, I am, therefore I think. Descartes. I am, therefore I think. Because even if you don't think, you are there. Correct? Descartes was sitting in that French cafe in the morning, and in the French, you know, they don't take coffee in a cup. They don't know that. They take coffee in a bowl. You know that? I was shocked. He gave me a bowl. What for? I thought for washing my hands or something. And then that's for your coffee. Coffee? Yeah. You want cafe? What do you call that? Cafe? What is that? French cafe? You know. Cafe? Whatever. And the woman came. Descartes was sitting. One more round of coffee she brought. Mr. Carter, do you want cafe? Do you want some more cafe? He said, I don't think so. He disappeared. He just disappeared. Whether you think or you don't think, you exist. You can't say, I infer I am. It's not that I think, therefore I am. There's inference. There's another inference. I am because I am married. What is the logic? The logic is, no woman would marry a non-existent me. So since I am married, I must exist. What a nice idea, huh? I am because I am married. Yeah, before marriage did you exist or not? Before marriage, it's not that you came into being after marriage. And the husband came into being after marriage. But you were there before becoming an husband, correct? Yeah. I am, therefore I got married, okay? After marriage, whether I am or not, that's a different question. Don't ask me all that. Don't ask me. I don't know all that. But I am, therefore I am married. All silly logic. Before I think I am, in sleep I am. That's why I say in the morning, I slept well. I dreamt. I slept. So the one who doesn't sleep, I am. Correct? The mind goes to sleep. Thank God I don't go to sleep. I am there very much in sleep also. To make a statement in the morning, I slept well. What did you see in your sleep? I didn't see anything. How do you know that you didn't see anything? It was my sleep. I knew what? I didn't know anything at that time. I slept well. I am there in sleep. I am there in dream. I am there now. My thoughts are variable. I am always present. The self is therefore doesn't require evidence. Everything is evident to the self. The self is self-evident. In fact, what is self-evident is the self. What becomes evident to the self is not self. Understand now? Atma is self, aham, and what becomes evident to aham atma is anatma idam. Dvauhi padartau atma anatmanav. The self plus not self constitute all your experiences. Self and not self. This not self is anything that becomes evident to the self is not self. Therefore, you can't say, I am ignorant. Because ignorance is evident to the self. You can't say, I am ignorant. So from the standpoint of what you don't know, you can say, I am ignorant. From the standpoint of what you know, I am knowledgeable. You can say, you are knowledgeable. Therefore, my question, are you knowledgeable or are you ignorant? You tell me now. If you say, I am knowledgeable, I ask you to spell the word knowledgeable. To say I am ignorant, you must be knowledgeable. Otherwise you can't say I am ignorant. So I am ignorant with reference to what I don't know. I am knowledgeable with reference to what I know. Correct? It's like daylight. Therefore, you can't say, I am ignorant. You are not ignorant. You are not knowledgeable either. This is what we call transcendence. You transcend ignorance, you transcend knowledge. But ignorance doesn't transcend you. Knowledge doesn't transcend you. Therefore, understand the transcendental doesn't mean any spatial distance. When you say, touch wood, what do? Touch wood. Do you go to the woods? Touch wood, you go to the lumber mart? No. The nearest, whatever you have, chair, table, anything wooden, touch wood. What do? You transcend table and touch the wood. Correct? The wood is not available. You say, touch wood. I don't understand that. Touch wood. That means what? You transcend you transcend the human form and refer what is inside. What is inside is wooden, is it? That's maybe somebody started it, it goes on. Don't do it. This is okay. Touch wood. This is called transcendence. Because the table is wood, if it is wooden table. It is wood. And therefore here, I am ignorant, I can say, from the standpoint of what I don't know. I am knowledgeable, I can say, from the standpoint of what I know. From my own standpoint, neither I am ignorant, nor I am knowledgeable. Both I objectify, knowledge and ignorance. What I objectify is not me. The one who objectifies is I. Understand now? Because ignorance is evident to me. In every evidence, one more step. In every evidence, there is naturally objectification. The flower is evident means flower is objectified by you. When you objectify, the flower becomes an object of your consciousness, correct? It becomes an object of consciousness, object of knowledge, object of consciousness. Correct? Swami is evident to you. Means what? Swami is object of consciousness. Then the table is, chair is, the room is, the tree is, sun is, black hole is object of consciousness. Each one of them, object of consciousness. Your body is object of consciousness. Hunger is object of consciousness. Drowsiness is object of consciousness. Okay? Some kind of a glowworm consciousness. Object of consciousness. Some people are drowsy. I could see. That's why I sit on this fire, just to see how many are drowsy. So drowsy is better, because we can wake up. We can wake them up. But the other one, they have sound sleep. You know what is sound sleep? What is sound sleep?
Snoring. Snoring. Snoring.
Sound sleep means you should hear the sleep. Then only sound should come. That is called sound. Sound making sleep. It's called sound sleep. Okay? Sound making sleep. Sound sleep. Whether you learn anything or not, a few things you can learn. These few things. And therefore, anything you say is an object of consciousness. A condition of mind is object of consciousness. Every form of emotion is object of consciousness. Memory, object of consciousness. Recollection, recollected object is object of consciousness. Whether you have memory of Grand Canyon, do you have the memory of Grand Canyon? You can't have it unless you had visited that, correct? You must have gone there, then you have Grand Canyon. Old Faithful. Do you have memory or not? Yes, if you say, then the memory of Old Faithful is, that means that memory is the object of consciousness. Memory exists, object of consciousness. Do you have memory of Badrinath? What? Badrinath. Oh, Badrinath? I never had been to Badrinath. I went to Rishikesh. When did you go to Rishikesh? Yes. Don't ask me. Those are the days I want to forget, okay? What are those days? Oh, those are the days you don't know. Those days. They're all the days of growing. Now what? Those are the days of growing. What? Hair, long hair, nothing else. Those are the days of growing. Now what? Now what's the days of growing? Badrinath memory is not. Because I didn't visit Badrinath. Okay? Absence is known. Absence of memory, object of consciousness. Do you know Russian language? I don't know. How do you know that you don't know? My ignorance. That I have ignorance of Russian language. Object of consciousness. So, any object is or is not is object of consciousness. That is what is called evidence. Knowledge. Object of consciousness. I am object of consciousness. So object, I is the object. To whom is the object? Oh, I am object to myself. That means self is the subject, self is the object. This is what we say self-evident. In every evidence there is consciousness. In self-evidence there is consciousness. That consciousness is the self. There is no other self other than consciousness. This consciousness is called Atma. Wow. This consciousness is called a Chit. So the self is consciousness. Wow. Self is consciousness. Wow. So I am consciousness then? Yes. Swamiji, maybe I am consciousness, but my consciousness is very small consciousness. Can you say so? There is no my consciousness. I am consciousness. It's all wrong thinking. We have to improve our consciousness. I'm not talking of improvement of consciousness, okay? That which doesn't subject itself to any improvement. All improvements are all within the areas of my objectification. So consciousness is I. And any object of consciousness is object consciousness, correct? When you see Swami, Swami consciousness, you have got Swami consciousness. knowledge, any particular object knowledge, that consciousness, ignorance consciousness, memory consciousness, hunger consciousness, thirst consciousness, emotion consciousness, whatever is the emotion. What is invariable is consciousness. What is variable? The object. The variable is the object. The invariable is the consciousness. The invariable presence of consciousness reveals one thing, that no matter what you experience, no experience is away from consciousness. And no experience really leaves anything on consciousness. It is stainless Teflon consciousness. Nothing sticks. Asango hi ayam purushaha. It is very much with everything, free from everything. You don't require to clean it up. Understand? People will say, no, we have to clean the consciousness. People talk not knowing what they talk. That is the strength. They begin to know something, then they can't talk. Because they are blabbering. So consciousness as such doesn't have any spatial limit. An object of consciousness, like your body, is occupying place P. It has a certain form. Therefore, there is a place where it is not. But consciousness as such has no form. It has no height. It has no width. Correct? It has no height. It has no width. And therefore, it is spatially limitless. It has no spatial limit. Think of this. What is the distance between you, consciousness, and your body, object of consciousness? Zero distance. You, consciousness, and me, the Swami, object of consciousness, what is the distance? Zero distance. Between your body and this body, there is a distance. Between you, consciousness, and the object of consciousness, no distance. Because the object is not away from consciousness. Between you, consciousness, and those stars, light years away, no distance. Spatially limitless is the nature of consciousness. You, consciousness means you. And this is what you experience when you are happy. This wholeness. When there is ananda, when you say ananda, some happiness, there is a wholeness there. You listen to music, the resolution of the sense of any inadequacy, the wanting person, for the time being is quietened. No more clamor, no more longing. For the time being, there is a resolution of the small man, the wanting man, the smarting person, the wanting person, complaining person, murmuring person. All the time murmuring. So always like this. That murmuring person, that fellow for the time being resolves. What obtains? Object of consciousness. Consciousness. The hearer also not separate from consciousness. And the heard object of consciousness is not separate. Both subject and object are fused in this consciousness. There is wholeness. There is wholesomeness. And this is what we say, Ananda. Chidananda Rupa Shivokam Shivokam. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Shivoham will talk later. Chidananda, Chit consciousness, Ananda, wholeness. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Mano buddhya kankara chittani naham. Nacha shrotra jihve, nacha grana netre, nacha vyoma bhumir, na tejo na vayuhu. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Shivoham. Mukeshji, Mukeshji. I am the self. I am but consciousness. Not the variable thoughts. All variable thoughts are me, no doubt. Nothing is away from me, no doubt. But I am not the variable. Mano buddhya kankara chitta chittani naham mano buddhyahankara chittani naham. I am not. Don't say mind is not. No. Mind is I am. Mind is not separate from I. I am not the mind. Mind means the emotional mind. The doubting mind. The desiring mind. That's called mind, mana. The whole faculty, the thinking faculty, is referred by this word manaha. Buddhihi, another word. So one type of thinking, desiring, doubting, emoting, even this the complaining, any emotion, all mind, manaha. Then resolving, deciding, should I go or not? Should I go to this class or not? Sometimes doubt comes. What will I do with this Vedanta? Where should I go? These kind of doubts are possible, you know. Possible? I don't know. Possible. Yeah. I come for yoga. You didn't reckon Swami is part of the deal. You didn't reckon. It's a package. Swami is only a small package, small part of the deal. Mainly yoga. A little bit of Swami. A little bit in the morning, a little bit in the evening. And kabhi in the satsang. Even these people are having resistance. Mind, this is called mind. No, I will go. I will go. It doesn't matter. Let's go. Go and sit there, so what? Just can go and relax. Swami anyway is funny, it's okay. So some concession. You decide to come and sit. That is called buddhi. And when something happens in terms of understanding, that is also buddhi. Oh, that is true if you say, that is buddhi. The whole faculty is viewed differently from the standpoint of the type of thinking. When you explore, inquire, discover, decide, and that is what? Buddhi. When you recollect Chittan from your memory, when you recollect, recall, Chittam. Memory database, Chittam. That is also Chittam. The data bank is Chittam, and you recall the process of recollection, that is also Chittam. Patanjali uses the word Chittam for everything. Chittam, yogaha, chitta vritti nirodha. In this Chittam, the word is, it includes mind, buddhi. You can use mind also, manaha also for everything, buddhi also for everything, chittam also for everything. But when you have three words together, one after the other, then the meaning is this. The emoting process, thinking process, is called manaha. The exploring process, inquiring process, deciding is called buddhi. Recollection is called chittam. Memory is also called chittam. And the one who owns all this called ahankara, the subject, the ahankara, the ego, the hearer, the seer, the thinker, the one who owns the emotions, one who owns the conclusions, and that person is ahankaraha, ego. All these I am, because when a mind doubt is doubt consciousness. When a conclusion is conclusion consciousness. Enquiry is enquiry consciousness. Recollection, recollection consciousness. Ego, ego consciousness. Who are you? I am consciousness. I am not mind, I am not buddhi, I am not chittam, I am not ahankara. Mano buddhi ahankara chittani naham. Mano buddhi ahankara chittani naham. न च श्रोत्र जिह्वे न च ग्राण नेत्रे मनो बुद्ध्यहंकार चित्तानि नाहम् न च श्रोत्र जिह्वे. If I am not the mind, then do you think that I have senses? Do you have any sense? Na cha shrotra jihve, shrotram cha jihva cha. Na cha shrotra jihve. Neither I am shrotra, ears, nor jihva, the sense of taste. Na cha shrotra jihve, na cha grana netre. Grana, neither sense of smell or sense of visual perception, eyes. Netra, eyes. Neither I am the sense of smell. Don't say, neither I am nose, neither I am tongue. No, the sense of taste. Tongue also is a sense, is an organ of speech, is a part of organ of speech. Sense of taste, sense of smell. So, I am not senses. I am not senses. But when there is sight, there is sight consciousness, there is eye consciousness, there is ear consciousness, there is sound consciousness, and therefore I am there everywhere. But consciousness is invariable. Teflon consciousness. None of this is there in me. It has a this truth, this is a fact. And this fact releases a person from the sense of smallness, insignificance, etc. We will look at it when we come back. Mano buddhya kankara chittani naham na cha shrotra juhve na cha grana netre na cha vyoma bhumir na tejo na vayuhu chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Lot more to talk. So we will talk all that. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha.